Urban Calligraphy and Beyond. This is one of the best and I think quite oldest books in my collection. What does that say though? It says something in German. Die Gestalten Verlag. That's my terrible German pronunciation of whatever that means. I don't know what it means, to be honest. Long time since I've done German. Many years, so my apologies to any Germans watching this. Writing, Urban Calligraphy Beyond, blah blah blah. This is a fantastic book, amazing book, amazing. Check this out. Look at that old school bit of graph there. So Amok, German ledge, Berlin writer from the old school. I love this stuff. You know how much I love this stuff. Grimy old black book work, just love it. It's pure graph black book creativity. You know, always reminds me of Dondi and, you know, that mafia crew in New York sitting around their black book sketches and stuff. Oh, fantastic. So early days of German bombing here, some beautiful old photos. Some great text here as well, by the way, but obviously I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Some lovely old crime time trains there, all that. So this book, it's a sort of deconstructionist book, if you like. There's a lot of text, so bear with me, but it goes into all this sort of stuff. Tag a frap, explains what a tag and a frap is. Goes into different kinds of tag style. One in situ there, nice mock tag there, some lovely style there, beautiful. Look at all them. Look at that Meta One tag. It's probably my favourite out of the lot actually, but look at all the different styles, gorgeous styles. I love books like this. Beautiful sort of blaze tag there. Just showing the sort of I don't know when this was done. Oh yeah, 2002. There you go, 2002. Gorgeous letter styling, bits of flares, bits of tight letters all joined together. Gorgeous sort of line dynamics. I'm fighting for words today for some reason. Probably because I'm on 6 hours sleep. Again, different styles. Tell me this ain't inspiring if you're a graph writer. This is the stuff, isn't it? This is it. This is absolutely it. This is what you want to look at. Loads of different styling. Love that. Big fat torch marker back in the day. Big. Just beautiful. Probably got a squiggle. Tag in motion there. Rue on the reach. Individuality and beauty of the tag. Some lovely alphabet work. You feeling this? Yes, you are. Of course you are. Look at that. Oof. Yeah, I mean, that is just exquisite. What a piece of art. If I had that on a canvas on my wall, I'd be very happy with that. Beautiful. By ease with that as well. Do you see, can you see the sort of the fusion between this and fine art? You know, that's what I'm fascinated by this. There's no need for graph to sort of sell itself out and do, that's a word that's, you know, it's an expression used, overused, but that is a piece of fine art, isn't it? That's just fantastic. I'd have that on my wall if that was a big piece. Some gorgeous little styles out in the wild there. More in the wild, all kinds of stuff like this. Nice little hit. Always love a bit of geometric photo montage. I used to have a bunch of photos, I've got them somewhere, of just like sets of doors bombed by loads of different writers. Because if you're a writer, what could possibly be better? Particularly if you used to be a bomber, if you used to be a tagger. Some lovely throwy styles. One in the wild there. More. It's just full of this stuff. Look at this. You see why I love this book, right? Isn't it great? More throwy styles. Super squiggles, one-liners, all that. Just brilliant. Drama. They are everywhere. This one is called. I don't know what that means. Gorgeous. Look at those big chunky white highlights on that. On flat colour. Nice. Honestly, I never have the courage to do that kind of thing. When I get into... It's why I'm so sort of into texturing and shading and getting into the art that I got into. Because really, I don't have the guts to do that. I don't, honestly. To do hard line shading or hard line highlights like that. I don't have the courage to do it. I just never think it's going to carry. Some of my pieces are more elaborate than that. Super quick ones. Some mad abstraction, but still letter forms, they're in there. That is beautiful. Look at that. So line dynamic, this is all about use of space, composition, negative space, line dynamics, energy. So letter, word, letter. Okay, so we're into dead letters now. Look at these beautiful things. Lovely bit of style there. More lovely style. This is what you want to see in it. Is this not the perfect book? It's letters of pages of letters and styles, and it's terrific, isn't it? Just terrific. There's so much food for your graffiti drenched brain, to quote it's a famous Zephyr quote, isn't it? Was Zephyr, wasn't it? You found that quote? Pretty sure it was. Look at this, I'm not even halfway through yet. Really interesting letter set there. Who's that? Akim. Really interesting. Sort of reminds me a tiny bit of retina. I know it's not the same, but you know. Something lovely. Oh, that's milk. Yeah, that's milk. Beautiful A's from a mop. He's on Instagram, by the way. You can go and see his work. He's still around. He's still doing it. He's still getting busy. Love that idea. Look at that. Sort of black mess and these bees slowly emerging from it. Great idea. Oh, that's Bus 125. Some really famous names in there, you know. Poet. Big high heaven spot there. Pages of styles. Black and white styles. I can't remember what year I got this book. It was I reckon it was probably like 2004, 2005, something like that. There must be a oh nice, lovely bit of wall progress shot stuff. Try one. Analogy, what is this? Oh, I see. Okay, so this is about the urban environment. So it gets a bit esoteric here. This is not for everybody. Starts to look at... This is all about sort of compositional, geometrical shaping, negative space, angle. It's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Obviously, if you love urban environments, you're going to get a lot of inspiration from this sort of stuff. But even the angles, look at that. Looks like a sort of Dems piece, that, doesn't it? That's not a coincidence. You know, people like Dems have looked at this stuff and been massively inspired by sort of urban symmetry and geometry and all that. There's some mad kind of lattice work or something done in branches. Super creative, right? Love that. Just mad wires going off everywhere off a pylon. textures and stuff. It's all very kind of visceral. Look at that, tree roots, you know. Again, you see, you know, because this chapter is called Analogy or whatever, and it's about looking at how you can draw parallels in, you know, take inspiration from nature. You know, those tree roots are like one gigantic wild style piece, aren't they? Love it. These structures, yeah, love that. Yeah, brilliant. That's what I love about this book. It's full of diverse ideas. 2D, 3D. What's this? Spaghetti. I've done some bad German, do some bad Italian now. Hope nobody takes offence. I don't mean it offensively, obviously. Some lovely bit of pencil wild style. Oh yeah. Oxbow. Aesthetics are a product of balance. So this is quite advanced stuff, you know. This is, you're moving into the areas of sort of structural design and stuff. But, you know, you could argue people who are very good at graph and have been in graph for a long time know a lot of this stuff instinctively. You know, if you paint wild style and stuff, you've understood about weight and line and structure and balance and proportion, space, negative space, and you may not call it any of those things, but you've got a grasp of what those things are. Zeds. This is what I was thinking of earlier. I couldn't think of his name. Look at buildings and you go, oh, look at that. That's totally inspired by modern architecture, isn't it? Another Zeds piece there. You know, it's all geometric and, you know, lovely sort of oblique designing. Gorgeous stuff. Fantastic, right? That's great. You can see our sculpture has come out of graffiti as well. Mayor 139. That's not in, by the way. I'm just thinking aloud. Mayor 139, New York. Is he an old? Would you call him New York old school? I think he's New York second wave, technically. I think. If other people have different opinions, then dive in and correct me. But Mayor 139 does a lot of sculpture now, and his stuff is all about that sort of stuff, you know, the dynamics of line and form, and just really kind of like taking graph to a whole new level, and still maintaining a graph root, you know, hanging on to the fact that it was graph that inspired it. Graph's got everything. Good graph has got everything that an artist could possibly want. Form and movement and dynamic and style and, you know, you name it. Graphics. Let's have a look at this. I used to love this sort of stuff. I'm not so crazy about it now, but I do still appreciate it. Black and white with just a big sort of smash of blocky red through. I love that font as well. Isn't that font amazing? Wow. See, that's essentially sculpture, isn't it? That's what it is. Well, it probably is just sculpture. Graphical sculpture. It's great. Excellent work. Again, you know, look at this. Ooh, it's all about form and style and line and space, and, you know, big chunk of negative space there. You just got proper leaf in there, and, you know, need that and crunch all that together. It's all going up there, you know, it's dragging your eye line up there. Fabulous, man. Lovely piece. Lovely, different again. It's like a circuit board or something. Yeah, fantastic. Yum, yum, yum. That's exactly like a circuit board. That's what it is, isn't it? It's a take on a circuit board. Love that as well. Damn, there's some great stuff in it. I've not picked this book up for a long time, and it's great when you pick up a book you've not picked up for a long time and get re-inspired by it all over again. Look at some of this 1, 2, 3 clan stuff. Love their graphical stuff. I've never done one of these kind of things. I've always meant to, you know, sit down and do it. But if you think about it, it takes quite a lot of work. It doesn't look as if it does, but actually, because this is essentially this is logo work. People often say to me, do you do logos? And I often say, I don't really do logos. No, other than my own tag. And this is why. Because actually, logos are quite hard work. That's essentially 5 different pieces there, all worked out with a specific kind of very simple, you know, and it looks simple, but it's going to take some figuring out. And this stuff takes quite a long time to do. Surprisingly long time to do. A lot of work goes into this. They make it look very easy and very simple. And then, you know, try and do it yourself. It's tricky. Love that. Love this. Big sways of negative space in there. Look at that as an urban environment. You got this beautiful yellow train cutting through on this track. And this urban sprawl, this sort of, which is slightly figurative, slightly abstract, because you know, they exist on different planes. That's not. Is it the same plane? I can't. No, maybe it is the same plane. And then you've just got this, you know, this huge negative space, and that is definitely augmented, and that's great. So good. Very simple colour palette as well. You notice black, yellow. That is, oh, what's it called? That I can't remember. There's a name for that tone, and I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, again, use of space, use of form, shape, movement, texture. Really dark one there. That is brilliant. There's a graphical image, incorporating lovely bits of graphics there, half scene graphics up there, bit of negative space. See how important negative space can be, how much negative space can make your piece work for you. You know, I used to do a thing where I did it on purpose. I used to fill every inch of the place when I've done something, and you know, it can work sometimes, but equally negative space can really make your artwork. Robot work. What's the figure work? Something, I can't remember what this sort of school of art is called. It's called Naive or something like that. Big thick lines, all freehand. Deliberately not too representative. You know, you can see what it is and everything, but it's not done in a super realistic manner. Sort of stylized cartoon manner. Really interesting. That's a play on that big midge train, obviously. Urban art activism, what's this all about? Oh, I see, yeah, this is out in the wild again. Very creative ideas. All manner of different kind of creative platforms using. There's above. Bit of above there. Oh yeah, yeah. Love that colour. Them colours he's used there. Love that. Oh, this guy. Acro. Love Acro's characters. Don't know what Acro does nowadays. This is a while ago. Yeah, this is, look, 99 that is. 2002, that. I'm wondering, maybe I got this book earlier than I thought. Well, this is 2003. No, 2000. No, I'm sure it's 2004. Beautiful tag work. Yeah, tags and big fat black line. Graphic black line. Wow. Oh, this is one of them graph machines. Does sort of perfect graphical pieces in paint on the wall. And they're done wild style. Stay high, a beautiful stay high piece. All done with this machine. Hooks up to computer. I wonder if they still use that. light laser things you can get. I assume that's what it is. Mid-air tagging. And some mad sculpture at the end. So yeah, and there's the index, and that's it. So this, I don't know if you can even get hold of this book. I reckon if you were to try and get hold of it, it'd probably be quite expensive now. I don't know. Have a look on Amazon. Have a look on Amazon, but I've just done a complete flip through anyway. So even if you can't get a copy, you've seen it. You've seen this book. It's an excellent, excellent book, and well worth the investment. If it's not silly money, you know, it might be silly money, but writing, Urban Calligraphy and Beyond, a superb book, really superb. If you want a great grounding in pure graph, because that's what this is. You know, it's bridging the gap between graph and its environment, and how the one creates the other.